Weak men think the story starts when she comes back. It doesn't. It starts the moment you betray yourself, just to keep her close. You remember that moment, even if you pretend you don't. Not when she texted, "Hey," before that, when replies got colder, when calls got shorter, when her good night turned into scene. And instead of pulling back, you pushed in. Instead of matching her energy, you raised yours. Instead of valuing your dignity, you chased connection. That is how weak men react. They react with emotion, with hope, with desperation, disguised as forgiveness. She leaves without a word, and when she returns casually, they don't see the pattern. They see the possibility. They forget the nights they stared at their phone in silence. They forget the feeling of being ignored like an afterthought. They forget that love without respect is not love. It is dependence. And when her name lights up their screen again, their heart jumps. She's back. As if being reconsidered by someone who discarded them is an achievement. Listen to me. That reaction is the first thing you must change. Because when she vanished, she was betting on one thing: that you would still be emotionally available when she got bored. That you would still be waiting when the thrill that pulled her away ran dry. That your heart would still be open, even after she walked out without looking back. And if your response to her return is warm, instant, and unquestioning, you prove her right. You tell her you can disrespect me and still be welcome here. You tell her you can vanish and I will still treat you like a blessing. You tell yourself, my fear of losing her is stronger than my respect for myself. That is the gap between the man you are and the man you need to become. Now understand something deeper. Her message is not a romantic gesture. It is an ego test. When she disappears without explanation, without care, without closure, and then slides back in with a casual "hey," she is not offering you a second chance at love. She is checking her access. She wants to see if your self-respect has an expiration date, if your heart is still on standby, if your attention can still be claimed without effort, without ecology, without growth. That "hey" is her ego whispering, do I still own space in his mind? Can I still walk in and out of his life without consequence? If you reply instantly, as if nothing happened, you are not receiving affection. You are being weighed, you are being measured, you are being tested, and most men fail that test. They tell themselves a story. She must have changed. She must have realized my worth. She must have been scared before, but now she's ready. No, most of the time, she is not back because she grew. She is back because her distractions failed. But before we even talk about why she left or why she returned, you must face this. You taught her how to treat you. You felt the energy shift. You saw the conversations go from deep to dry, from passionate to passive, from "you're the one" to unread messages. You felt your gut tighten when her words and actions stopped matching. You noticed her become distant, distracted, unavailable in spirit, even when present in body. And instead of honoring that truth, you made excuses. She's just stressed. She just needs time. No, she was checking out. And you didn't want to admit it, because admitting it would mean accepting that you wanted the idea of her more than she wanted the reality of you. That is the wound you must look at with clear eyes. Now, before we go further, I want you to mark a shift in yourself. Right now, I want you to do something for your own mind. Go to the comments and write this affirmation. I am stronger than my old patterns. Write it like a decision. That sentence is not for anyone's approval. It is for your future self. Then, I want you to like this video. And if you are serious about becoming a disciplined, high-value man, subscribe so that you stay surrounded by this mindset instead of the noise that keeps you weak. Now we continue. Why did she disappear? Not because you were boring. Not because some sudden flaw in you ruined everything. In many cases, she left precisely because you were stable in a world that worships chaos. Today, peace is mistaken for passivity. Availability is mistaken for disposability. Loyalty is mistaken for lack of options. You were present. You were consistent. You were there, and in her world, the constant attention from many felt more exciting than the steady loyalty of one. The drama, the chase, the novelty, all of it, whispered louder to her than your quiet consistency. Your presence should have been the thing she cherished. Instead, it became the mirror she didn't want to look into, because to stay with you would require her to grow. To stay with you would demand that she reciprocate. To stay with you would expose that she was not ready for something real. So, she took the easy way out. No difficult conversation. No honest "I'm not ready." Just silence, just disappearance. And in walking away like that, she confirmed a belief inside herself: I can neglect someone emotionally and never face consequences as long as I still see myself as the prize. But here is the truth you must swallow. Her choice also exposed something about you. It revealed what you were willing to tolerate. It showed how much of your value was tied to her attention. It pulled back the curtain on your own hunger to be needed. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." What happened to you was simple. A woman chose chaos over your peace. What matters now is how you respond. Do you chase? Do you wait? Do you accept her back without standards? Or do you rewrite the rules of who has access to you? Because when she vanished, that was an event. When you decide what that means for your life, that is your power. And understand this: many times, she did not walk out on a villain. She walked out on a man who would have given her everything. But she wasn't ready for everything, so she chose something from everyone. Time passes. You rebuild yourself. Your focus shifts. The fire in your chest cools into discipline. Then suddenly, she's back. Why? Not because she had some pure revelation about your worth. Not because she lay awake, night after night, realizing she mistreated a good man. Most of the time she comes back because the world she left you for did not give her what she expected. The attention she chased ran dry. The compliments became shallow. The options she bragged about were never real contenders. They were brief distractions that collapsed as quickly as they began. When the noise quieted, the emptiness got louder. The surface-level conversations felt hollow. The temporary thrill of being desired by many could not replace the steady presence of the one she took for granted. And in that emptiness, your memory surfaced, not because of deep love, because of comfort, because of stability, because you represented truth, care, presence, things she did not value when she had them, but began craving when the thrills faded. So she sends that message. No apology, no accountability, just "Hey," or "Hey stranger," or some light joke, as if she didn't disappear without a word. She's watching, she's measuring. She wants to know if the door is still open, because her ego is hungry, and you were once the place she could always go to be fed. The question is not, why is she back? The question is, who are you now? Are you still the man who will take her in without standards? Are you still available for someone who walked out when it suited her? Or have you changed? Because if you welcome her back without truth, if you accept her presence without requiring growth, you are not being forgiving. You are being forgettable. She will smile. She will say she missed you. But what she will really be saying is, "I missed how easy it was to receive from you. I missed how little I had to invest to gain your devotion. I missed having a man who gave endlessly while I risked nothing." If you give her that again, unchanged, you don't become her partner. You become her backup plan. That is another truth you must face. Some women do not see you as their future. They see you as their safety net, the reliable plan B. The soft landing after every crash. You become the man she runs to when life doesn't go as planned. Not because she chose you first, but because every other choice failed her. She calls when her world is falling apart. She texts when the other guy goes cold. She opens up when she needs healing, then disappears again when she feels strong enough to chase new excitement. And if you don't understand this dynamic, you will misread utility as love. You will confuse her need for validation with her desire for you. You will become her emotional sponge, absorbing her pain, fixing her mess, rebuilding her confidence, so she can go give her commitment to someone else, and she will never respect you for it. No one truly respects their backup. No one falls in love with their cushion. This is why you must stop romanticizing her return. Stop treating it as destiny. Stop pretending it is fate, when it is usually just convenience. Pause here. I want you to make another decision in public, for yourself, not for her. Go to the comments and write, "My standards are not negotiable." Drop that affirmation as a line in the sand. You are telling your own mind, "I will not lower my standards just because I feel lonely." Now listen closely. The difference between weak men and high-value men is not that one feels and the other doesn't. Both feel deeply. The difference is what they do with those feelings. The weak man reacts. He tells himself stories to excuse her behavior. She was confused. She needed space. Maybe I scared her because I was too serious. He clings to these excuses because of fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of not finding anyone else. Fear of this was his only shot at something real. So he lets his fear write his standards. He allows his boundaries to bend for anyone attractive enough, charming enough, or broken enough to pull at his sympathy. The evolved man moves differently. He has sat alone with his pain and turned it into power. He has examined his own neediness and confronted it without flinching. He has built himself in the dark while no one was watching. So when she returns, he does not react. His response is measured, grounded, calm. You don't get access to me because you want it. You get access because you've earned it. He asks hard questions. Why now? What changed? What have you worked on in yourself since you left? Why did you walk away when I offered my best the first time? If she cannot answer with clarity and accountability, if she dodges, deflects, blames, or plays victim, he does not try to fix her. He does not try to convince her. He simply does not engage, because engagement without standards is an invitation to repeat pain. He knows this. Love without respect is manipulation in disguise. You cannot have deep connection and weak boundaries at the same time. If there are no consequences, there is no real commitment. So what does a high-value man actually do? He treats his peace like a treasure. He treats his time like a gate, not a hallway. He treats access to his heart as something that must be earned, not something handed out to anyone who returns. When she reappears without apology, without truth, acting like nothing happened, he doesn't reward that behavior with enthusiasm. He challenges it with clarity. He no longer lives in the boy's position, checking his phone every minute, waiting to be chosen, desperate to feel wanted. That boy felt the sting of being ignored. That boy felt the humiliation of begging for replies. But that boy decided to become a man. Not by chance, by decision. Never again. He stopped tying his worth to someone else's ability to stay. He stopped building his identity around who was or wasn't texting him. He stopped sacrificing his peace for temporary attention. He embodies a quiet, dangerous power. Indifference. The most dangerous man is not the one who rages and not the one who chases. It is the one who can feel and still choose not to be moved. Indifference is not pretending you don't care. It is reaching a point where your life is so full, your mission so clear, your discipline so strong, that someone returning from your past does not feel like a rescue. It feels like a distraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will finally believing that. You accept that you cannot control who leaves. You cannot control who comes back. You can only control who you let in." So when she texts with fake concern, when she compliments you out of nowhere, when she throws out familiar flattery, just to see if you bite, you do not get swept up in hope. You filter her behavior through your standards. You ask, does this align with the man I am now? Does letting her in serve my peace or destroy it? If the answer is no, you feel nothing, and you move on. Not because you are cold, but because you are healed. And from this place, you gain the power to do what most men cannot. Walk away. There will be a moment where you look at the woman you once would have done anything for, and you say, calmly, I'm done. Not out of hate, not out of anger, out of clarity, because you finally see it. Accepting someone back without real change is not an act of love. It is an act of self-betrayal. The woman who disappears and reappears without growth is not present for your healing. She is present for your energy, for your validation, for the reassurance that she can always get you back, and the moment you stop giving that, she will vanish again. You are not obligated to play that game. Walking away is not a loss. It is liberation. It is the moment you stop begging to be chosen and start choosing yourself. It is the moment you stop asking, what was wrong with me? And start asking, why did I tolerate this? You were worthy even when she did not see it, especially when she did not see it. When you stop checking her stories, when you stop analyzing every word for secret meaning, you begin the real journey, building a life that does not depend on her presence to feel complete. She will feel the shift. She will notice. She will reach out again. But by then, you will have already walked away on the inside. The final goodbye is just a formality. Before we close, I want you to lock in one last decision. Go to the comments and write, I walk away with dignity. Let that be a vow to yourself. A vow that you will not trade your self-respect for temporary affection ever again. Listen, you've been through enough. You've given chances to people who didn't deserve access. You've begged for clarity from someone who knew exactly what they were doing. No more. From this moment on, you stop needing to be chosen to feel worthy. You stop waiting for the one who left to discover your value and come back enlightened. Her disappearing without respect was closure in itself. Your task now is simple, and it is hard. Protect your peace. Honor your standards. Respond with discipline, not emotion. Refuse to be anyone's backup plan, emotional sponge, or ego boost. When she returns, you will know exactly what to do, because you are no longer the man who needs her to stay in order to stand tall. You have already chosen yourself. You keep asking why you feel invisible, why you give everything and still end up with nothing. You write good morning texts. You wait on replies. You plan dates. You pour your heart out. And what do you get in return? Silence, mixed signals. Let's just be friends. You feel that drop in your chest, like a blade that doesn't kill you. It just keeps cutting the same spot. And yet there is always another man in the picture. Not the one sending flowers. Not the one begging for her time. Not the one who rearranges his life just to be seen. The man she can't get out of her head is different. He made her feel something. Then he disappeared. He didn't rage. He didn't beg. He didn't ask, what did I do wrong? He walked away because his sense of worth did not live in her attention. You have been taught the opposite. You were told that if you were nice enough, patient enough, available enough, she would see your value. You were promised that consistency alone would eventually earn you love. But did it, or did it earn you a place as a background option in her life? Listen carefully. You are not suffering because you care. You are suffering because you care without standards, because you attached your identity to whether one person chooses you. The first shift is this. You must become emotionally untouchable. That does not mean cold. It does not mean cruel. It means unshaken. When she pulls back, you do not chase. When her messages slow down, you don't speed yours up. When her energy changes, you do not crumble trying to fix what you did not break. In today's world, men are punished for emotional hunger. You show that you need her answer to feel okay, and she feels it. Her instincts tell her, he is not centered. He is dependent, and nothing kills attraction faster than dependency. So you learn to hold your frame. You let her delayed reply show you where she stands. You let her distance reveal her priorities. You nod, you adjust, but you do not beg. This kind of calm comes from how you live. when no one is watching. Master your mornings. Do not wake up and reach for your phone. Do not roll over and check if she texted back. That is how you train your mind to chase validation. Instead, you build rituals that forge you, cold showers that remind you you can do hard things, journaling to empty confusion and sharpen direction, prayer or quiet reflection to anchor your spirit, training your body so you move through the world with strength, not fragility. These are not trendy habits. They are preparation for war, because every day the world pulls at your emotions. Every message, every social media notification, every small rejection. If all of that can throw you off, you are not a man. You are a puppet. The goal is not to fake indifference. The goal is to live so grounded in who you are that no woman's attention can create you or destroy you. And from that ground, your actions begin to change. You stop making yourself edible. There is no faster way to become invisible than to be always on call. The man who drops everything when she texts, the man who answers at any hour, the man who cancels his plans just in case she might want to hang out. That man is teaching her something dangerous about himself. He is showing her that his time means less than hers, that his schedule has no mission behind it, that his world is small and she sits in the center. Women feel this. It does not land as romance. It lands as dependence. So you reclaim your time, like your life depends on it. Because it does. You carve out blocks of your day that are non-negotiable. Training, building your career or your business, resting, spending time with people who sharpen you. During those windows, your phone is not your master. You do not break your focus because she sent a message. You reply when you are done, not as a strategy, as a standard. If she only reaches out late at night when she is bored, you do not reward that pattern. If she cancels more than once, you do not keep proving you are understanding. You are not an emergency backup plan. You exist for more than being a convenient source of attention. And as your time hardens, your words must harden too. You begin to speak less and move with more purpose. In a world where everyone talks, the man who doesn't need to fill the silence stands out. When every man is explaining himself in paragraphs, the one who can communicate his boundary in one sentence carries weight. You stop over-explaining. You stop writing long messages to clear your name every time she misunderstands you. You stop trying to convince her of your value with words. Instead, you practice restraint, not silence. Restraint. Before you answer, you pause. You observe your own impulse to defend, to persuade. You ask, am I speaking from strength or from fear? If she sends a message that feels like a test, you do not rush to prove yourself. You let the silence work. You respond calmly, briefly, and then continue your life. When she brings you drama, you do not dive into the chaos. You are allowed to say, that sounds like a lot, and move the conversation forward. You are not her emotional sponge. When you are in front of her, you do not try to entertain her every second. You let your stillness speak, your posture, your eye contact, your lack of neediness. Most men lean on words because they have not built presence. You are going to do the opposite. You build presence so deeply that you no longer need to talk to be felt. From this place, something powerful happens. You stop trying to impress her. Every time you use your achievements, your lifestyle, your compliments, and your constant availability to win her over, you send a quiet message. You tell her she is the prize. You tell her your role is to audition for approval. The moment she senses that imbalance, she checks out, because women are not pulled toward desperation. They are drawn to stability, to grounded presence, to the man whose value does not come from what he gives away, but from who he is when he gives nothing. When you overdo, you show her a man who secretly believes he is not enough on his own. You think you are creating longing. You are creating comfort. Or, worse, indifference. So you flip it. You stop trying to impress and start trying to improve. You go to the gym, not so she notices your body, but so you carry discipline in your bones. You build your finances not to flex, but to secure your future. You read and study not to sound smart, but to become wise. You take inventory of every way you throw your energy at her for free. The long explanations, the instant replies, the constant updates about your day. You cut them off. You turn that energy inward. You build a routine around your goals. You write down who you want to be as a man and hold yourself to it. When you do this, an interesting thing happens. You become harder to predict. Most men are predictable because they live around her. She knows when you will text. She knows how you will react. She knows you will say yes, even when it costs you. Predictability kills emotional tension. The men who stay in a woman's mind are not the loudest, the richest, or the flashiest. They're the ones she cannot fully read, the ones whose moves come from their mission, not from her moods. Being unpredictable does not mean playing games. It means living with depth. You build a life with layers she does not see, interests that stretch you, challenges that have nothing to do with her. If you like combat sports, you train. If you love philosophy, you study it and live it. So, if you have a vision, you execute it quietly. When she asks about your weekend, you do not spill every detail. You share enough to be real, not enough to remove all mystery. You are not hiding, you are simply not performing. The woman who has to wonder is already investing thought. You want questions in her mind, not confusion about your character, but curiosity about your depth. Now understand this. At some point, in every connection, a shift comes. Her message is slow. Her energy cools. The warmth you felt begins to fade. That is the moment most men lose themselves. They chase harder. They send long, heartfelt texts. They ask friends what went wrong. They refuse to see what is right in front of them. But when she pulls away, she is showing you something. She is weighing whether you are still a challenge, or whether you have become another man who gave away his self-respect. Your response is everything. The man who is remembered does not plead. He does not demand closure. He does not cling to what we could have been. He pulls back too, not to hurt her, to honor himself. If she no longer matches your effort, you no longer overextend. You shift your focus entirely. You pour into your body, your mind, your work. You build such a solid structure to your life that anyone who is half present simply does not fit. And if she notices the change, good. Let her feel what happens when your attention is no longer guaranteed. If she does not notice, also good. You just received proof that she was never truly with you. This is where most men misunderstand. They think pulling back is a punishment. It is not. It is a return back to yourself. There is a step beyond that. You must be willing when the situation calls for it to create a real void. Not delayed replies, not posting stories to make her jealous. Absence. You stop offering your presence to spaces where you are only tolerated. You stop sending memes, hoping she remembers you exist. You stop reminding her you are still here if she ever wants to talk. You remove yourself. No dramatic speech, no loud exit, just a quiet decision that your energy is sacred. This is the moment most men fear. They are terrified of being forgotten. But being forgotten is not the worst thing that can happen to you. The worst thing is staying where you are slowly drained, slowly diminished, slowly convinced you have to earn what should be freely reciprocated. When you choose absence from that place, something powerful unfolds. If she ever valued you, she will feel a space she cannot name. Conversations with other men will lack the weight your presence carried. Her mind will wander back to the quiet steadiness you gave, without drama. If she does not feel it, that is the clearest sign you could ask for. You were giving something to someone who was never capable of seeing it. Now, you give it to yourself and to the life you are building. Through all of this, one truth threads in the background. You are not doing any of this to make her miss you. That is a side effect, not the mission. The mission is to become the man who no longer needs to be missed, to feel valuable. The man who walks into a room without shrinking or searching for approval. The man whose peace is not for sale. You get there by standards. You get there by rituals. You get there by refusing to negotiate your self-respect for temporary connection. You stop begging on your knees. You stop begging to be seen. You stop handing your heart to anyone who offers you a small glimpse of attention. You stand up. You build. You walk. And as you do, something shifts in how the world responds to you. Women notice, not because you chased them, because you finally chased your own potential. You become a man with boundaries, with depth, with presence, with silence that speaks louder than any speech. That is the man she remembers. That is the man she replays in her mind. The one who did not need her to feel like a man. The one who could care deeply, but walk away when respect disappeared. Let this be the moment you choose that path. Not tomorrow. Now. Stop trying to prove you are enough. Decide you are. Then live like it. If you are chasing her, you have already lost. Not because she is special, but because in that moment you forgot that you are the prize. Picture this. You are staring at your phone again. You saw her online. You know she read your message. The reply never comes. Your chest feels heavy. Your mind starts spinning, and you go back over every word you sent, like a detective of your own insecurity. Was I too eager? Did I say something wrong? Should I text again? Stop. This right here, this feeling of doubt, this fear of losing her, this obsession with what she thinks of you, this is the reason she is not chasing you. You were not born to beg for attention. You were not made to rearrange your life around someone who treats you like an option. You were born to build, to create, to conquer. Your life was not given to you so you could sit in front of a screen waiting for a notification. You keep living like this, and you will not just lose women. You will lose your time, your confidence, your identity. So listen, you will never be truly attractive until you understand this. High value is perception, not perfection. She is not looking for the man who has fixed every flaw. She is watching for the man who does not flinch under pressure. The one who does not brag, does not bend, just to be liked. You think you need more money, more muscles, more status before you matter. So you chase. You chase improvement from a place of, I am not enough yet. And every time you chase from lack, you show her exactly that. Lack. She does not chase perfect. She responds to presence. The heavy, grounded presence of a man who knows his worth before she ever shows up. A man who would rather lose her than lose himself. That is rare. That is priceless. Have you ever sat across from a woman thinking, I hope she likes me? Flip it. Next time, sit down with the quiet certainty. Do I even like her? Does she fit into my life? My standards? My path? That one internal shift changes everything. Your posture changes. Your eye contact hardens. Your words slow down. You stop performing and you start evaluating. Dress well, not to impress her, but to feel powerful in your own skin. Speak slower. Do not rush. Do not explain yourself to earn approval. Set your schedule and protect it. If she flakes, do not reschedule. Do not chase. Let your time be sacred. Let her feel that losing your presence is a consequence, not a temporary inconvenience. Look at your life honestly. Have you shaped your days around her messages, her availability, her moods? Stop. Rebuild your days around your goal, your body, your mission. She can fit into that reality, or she can stay out of it. There is no negotiation. When that becomes your standard, your value rises without you saying a single word. Now understand this. Women crave what they cannot easily have. She does not ache for the man who always picks up on the first ring. She aches for the one who can walk away without explanation and still sleep peacefully at night. She is not drawn to the man who gives his attention away like free samples. She is drawn to the man who withholds his energy until it is earned. What is always within reach becomes invisible. What withdraws slightly becomes an obsession. The more available you are, the more forgettable you become. When you constantly chase, constantly show up, constantly prove your interest, you turn yourself into the background of her life. Wallpaper, always there, never noticed. Every time you offer more of yourself, without her investing anything in return, you whisper to her subconscious, "My time is cheap, my attention is common, my presence is light." And she believes you. But scarcity ignites something primal. The man who disappears to focus on his goals, who leaves messages unanswered because he is too busy living, that man becomes unforgettable. Not because he is arrogant, because he respects his mission more than her temporary feelings. You want to be wanted? Make her wonder. You want to be desired? Do not give her all of you for nothing. Imagine this. Instead of texting her every night, you pull your energy back for 3 days. No dramatic speech, no announcement, just silence. You wake up early. You go train. You plan your next moves. You read. You build. Let her feel your absence. Let her notice that her phone is quieter without you. Let her experience what it's like when your attention is no longer guaranteed. See how your absence speaks louder than 100 good morning texts ever could. And if she pulls away more, good. You just discovered she was only there for the attention, not for the man. You did not lose her. You removed a distraction from your path. Now hear this truth. Emotion, not logic, drives her choices. You were told to be stable, reliable, reasonable. You tried to do everything right. You replied on time. You were honest. You were loyal. You were always there, and then you watched her choose the man who did not make sense. The one who made her cry, then laugh, then cry again. The one who disappeared for 2 days, and then showed up with a gaze that burned straight through her. It hurts to watch, doesn't it? You, the logical choice, left behind. Him, the storm, remembered. She is not choosing with a checklist in her head. She is choosing with something older and deeper inside her. You can list your qualities all day, but one moment of raw emotion will erase your entire resume. She does not want perfect, she wants unforgettable. And unforgettable begins when you stop being predictable. Instead of filling every silence with nervous words, let stillness do some of the talking. Instead of showering her with easy compliments, offer one pointed observation that makes her think. Look her in the eyes and let her pause hang there. When she expects, "You're so beautiful," you say calmly, "You're interesting. I'm curious if your energy can keep up with mine." That is emotional tension. She will replay that line later. She will feel it, not just hear it. Stop trying to convince her how good you are. Stop oversharing your entire life in one conversation. Let there be edges she cannot see yet. You do not need to be cold. You need to be controlled. Unforgettable men are not built by memorizing lines. They are built by mastering their own energy. This leads to the next truth. Unpredictable men are unforgettable men. She has met the man who smiles too quickly, agrees with everything she says, and replies within seconds. He is safe, predictable, forgettable. He walks on eggshells, terrified of saying the wrong thing. And in doing so, he says nothing real at all. He throws compliments like confetti and wonders why she never takes him seriously. But then there is you, the man who pauses before answering, the man who can disagree calmly, the man who does not rush to fill every gap in the conversation. You do not play a role. You do not try to fit her expectations. You are simply you, solid, present, unapologetic. Suddenly, she pays attention, not because you are loud, but because you did not follow the script that every other man has followed. Unpredictable does not mean chaotic. It means you are not automatic. You are not a page in her story. You are the rewrite. If she expects you to validate everything she says, sometimes you challenge her. If she assumes you will text first every time, sometimes you let the day pass and stay focused on your life. Imagine she messages you, "Had fun last night." Instead of pouring your heart out, you say, "Yeah, I did too. I'm still deciding if we vibe on a deeper level though." That one sentence will echo, not because you're being cruel, but because you flipped the dynamic. You showed that you are the one who chooses, not just the one hoping to be chosen. And what happens when a woman cannot predict you? She starts to think about you. She starts to analyze. She starts to invest. Now, understand another force she will never admit directly. Wanted by others often means wanted by her. She watches more than you think. She notices how other women look at you, talk to you, respond to you. She reads the room before she reads your heart. You could be the most loyal, honest man alive, but if no woman seems interested in you, she will question why. She will look for flaws that might not even exist. Her instincts will whisper, "If no one else wants him, maybe I shouldn't either." But when you walk into a room and other women smile a little longer, laugh a little louder, lean in a little closer, something changes. Even if you never touch them, even if you never take any of them home, your value rises in her mind. Not because you changed overnight, but because you have been pre-selected by the very tribe she belongs to. It is primitive. It is powerful. This is not about cheating. This is not about gains. This is about social value. The more you isolate yourself, hiding away with no feminine presence around you at all, the more invisible you become to the woman you actually want. So build real, respectful connections with women. Be around them, talk to them, let them see the best of you. Join a class, speak confidently to the barista. Show up well-groomed, calm and polite wherever you go. When women interact with you positively, it sends a signal that other women have already filtered you and found something valuable. You become the man who is seen, not the man who hides. Then, when the woman you truly want sees this, she feels something sharp inside. If so many others see its value, I'd be foolish to ignore it. One more truth you must carve into your mind. Never chase. You are the prize. You have been trained to pursue endlessly, to prove your worth, to show her your loyalty, your effort, your care. So you double text. You wait for her all day. You rearrange your plans just in case she might want to see you. And every time you choose her over your mission, she loses a little more respect. She may not say it. She may even enjoy the attention for a while. But deep down she knows. A man who abandons his purpose for her attention is a man she cannot follow. When you chase, you tell the world, my value is lower than hers. My time is less important. My mission can wait. That is fatal. The truth is, she wants to feel that she has to earn you. She wants to wonder where you are, what you are doing, and whether she still has your focus. She wants to feel that edge of uncertainty, not because she wants to suffer, but because attraction lives in that space between certainty and loss. The man she truly desires is the one who can walk away and never look back, not out of anger, out of self-respect. So when she cancels last minute, you do not argue, you do not explain, you do not send a paragraph. You simply redirect your energy. You go to the gym, you work, you improve. If she ghosts you and that itch to ask what happened, did I do something wrong, rises inside you, you breathe through it, you let her go. You fill that empty feeling not with more messages, but with structure, discipline, and growth. You let silence be your answer. The man who is the prize does not chase what walks away. He chooses what aligns and releases what does not. When you truly live like this, something powerful happens. Women start to feel your absence more than your presence. Your silence carries more weight than your constant attention ever did. And the moment she texts, "Hey, been thinking about you," you will notice something new inside yourself. You will not panic. You will not jump. You will not drop everything. You will read it and return to your mission first. Because now you understand. You were born to build empires, not to beg. You were made to stand tall, not to shrink yourself for approval. You were always supposed to be the man she wants to chase, not the one chasing her shadow. Do the work, guard your time, master your emotions, value your presence. Refuse to chase. When you choose yourself first, when you live with purpose burning at the center of your life, every woman who crosses your path will feel it. Some will fall away, the right ones will rise to meet you. And you will never have to beg for attention again.